abduction of more than 200 girls in Chibok in 2014 raised global concerns for the safety of teachers and learners in a school environment. This birthed the Safe School Initiative in Nigeria, seeing the federal government collaborate with local and global development partners, including the United Nations. The implementation demanded interagency collaboration, budgetary allocation, and serious security commitment with all hands on deck to provide safe learning environment. It was inspiring of hope. There were, however, impediments as more mass abduction followed at intervals, creating anxiety among the populace, even as troops of the Nigerian military, in collaboration with both the police and local security groups, gave their best to see to the rescue of victims. Thankfully, we can heave a sigh of relief with the rescue of Kuriga pupils. But so we can all hopefully and confidently say, this will never happen again. It is necessary to re-examine the Safe School Initiative from all fronts. On Dateline360, we will be looking at the Safe School Initiative, efficiency and challenges to its implementation. I am Omotola Omojala. Stay with us. After Chibok abduction 10 years ago, more than 1,000 school children have been kidnapped in Nigeria. Olayinka Ojo opens this discourse by looking at government's efforts to end this unpleasant situation using the Safe School Initiative.
Faced with the threat of kidnapping of pupils and students, leading to low enrollment in schools, Nigeria became a signatory to the International Safe School Declaration. The Safe School Initiative is designed to promote effective programs and policies that will protect schools from attack, as well as prevent corruption and promote accountability. The implementation of the Safe School program started in 2014 after the adoption of more than 200 girls at Government Secondary School Chibok in Borno State.
Right now, the over 20 million out-of-school children, which Mr. President prioritized in the 8-point agenda to get them back to school, the attack on school is a major setback.
In 2022, a national plan for school financing was formally launched, with an action plan to spend 144.8 billion naira in 4 years. But of this amount, only 15 billion naira was released early 2023. And since the protection of schools, students, teachers, and educational facilities has become urgent, the Nigerian police force embarked on training of its personnel on schools protection.
This squad will operate in support of the Schools Protection Squad to ensure our educational facilities remain free from danger and unwelcome incidents.
Another interesting aspect is the establishment of the National Safe School Center to help improve intelligence gathering and response.
We have been able to set up the center, command and control center. We have been able to also bring agencies together so that they can be responding when things happen. We have been able to develop an SOP that will guide our operations. Then we have been able to train so many people, particularly through the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, state desk officers for response coordination.
For other key players, public awareness is pivotal to the initiative,
including local vigilantes, hunters groups, retired security personnel, traditional and religious leaders would also be integrated into the security architecture, precisely in the area of intelligence gathering, aimed at providing support in securing schools and peoples.
With all these measures in place, it is expected that government and relevant stakeholders will intensify efforts to secure the school environment to enable pupils, students, and teachers study under a conducive environment without fear of being attacked. Olayinka Ojo.
Now let's go to where it all started. From Borno State, Pauline Kujevana reports that it is a tall tale of interagency collaboration to make the schools safer for teaching and learning, with definitive measures in place across schools in the state.
In the wake of the numerous challenges faced by schools in Borno, the state government remains determined with concrete steps to implement the Safe School initiative towards sustaining and retaining a conducive teaching and learning environment such as this.
See, the school are what scares this issue of fencing, the burglar proofs, befitting gates, classes, and then other things, particularly the wash instruments are very, very much put in place. We also have a very nice space for boys and girls to play in the school because it's also part of learning. Without all these kind of things, this issue of safe school they are talking about is not going to be there. What do you mean by safe school? It's a school where learners will come to school and then feel at home, feel comfortable, and then feel at ease. So these are some of the things we have been providing here, courtesy of government of the state.
In the aftermath of the tragic abduction of the over 200 Chibok schoolgirls in the state, safety initiatives were re-evaluated to ensure that the safety of schools remains a paramount task so that the pupils and students can thrive academically, socially, and emotionally under secured atmosphere.
We do the much we can to identify those who bring children to school and those who return them back to their parental homes after closures. The thing is, we have to work through the teachers, the heads of the institutions to establish procedures and how to bring about the way and manner with which the children are protected within the school and that they are not subjected to abuse.
We have been security conscious in this in this state for a very long period of time. So I urge other states to also adopt the self-school initiative. It will save them a lot of trouble once you study and put in place measures in place that will mitigate, forestall, and give you early warning as far as these things are concerned.
Borno state government has over the years implemented various measures, including increased security presence in schools, perimeter fencing, infrastructure improvement, teachers recruitment and training, as well as community engagement initiatives.
With the community, with the police, with the state security service, with the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, once it's a school incident, the moment you send distress, they promptly respond, including the military. They promptly respond, and they take it upon themselves to guard educational facilities all over.
The Safe School initiative, observers say, has undoubtedly improved security measures in Borno schools, but that has not totally wiped out vulnerability, which requires a multifaceted approach, including intelligence sharing, community partnership, and continuous training of teachers and security personnel against any threat and harassment to schools and students.
Up till now, we have not restored boarding schools in some of our locations because we still don't deem it fully safe for students to go and stay there. So they are in their houses. Once they are dispersed in their various houses, you don't collect them in one place like cattle to pick them. So they should look at the vulnerability. If the place is vulnerable, they should put in measures to mitigate such activities.
It is clear that sustained effort and collaboration are necessary to protect the right of children to education and ensure that every child can go to school without any form of fear. In Maiduguri, Pauline Kujevana reporting for Dateline360.
2 weeks after abduction, the rescued pupils of Kuriga were handed over to the Kaduna State government by the military. It is emotionally relieving to have the pupils back from captivity, and this is obvious in the positions of both the state and federal governments.
Mr. President has also charged security agencies to ensure that these kidnappings are brought to a halt finally in this country. All those who are participating in these criminal acts will be fished out by the security agencies and will never go unpunished.
Today, to the glory of God, all the children abducted are here by separate. When this incident happened, I want to draw the attention to most of those conflict mentions that I mentioned are insecurity mentions. Most of them went to the media. I just started speculating that 207 children were abducted.
We successfully freed 137 students and pupils who were abducted. When you add the staff member that died, it gives us the total of 138.
Next, Haruna Mohammed brings us more from Kaduna, where he reports that stakeholders are calling for stringent measures to end the dastardly act that is now becoming a trend and having negative effect on the development of the society.
Banditry and kidnapping is Simon's twin, displacing people and community. Kaduna has had its own share of insecurity with schools as soft targets for kidnapping. From Bethel Baptiste to College of Forestry, Afaka, Nuhu Bamali Polytechnic, Greenfield, and the recent students of Kuriga School in Chukun local government area of Kaduna State posing threats to education. This trend has dastardly affected not only the students but parents and communities.
These children are leaders of tomorrow. They have been denied the right to education through this issue of insecurity in the country. So my take is the government should take drastic steps.
If it's my child can go back to that school and see that's now looking for where to put that child again to start all over. So it's really threatening the lives of these children.
The Safe School initiative is with the mandate of ensuring that all child go to school without fear. This, the Kaduna State Command of Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps says the Corps has put in place multidimensional approaches to ensure safety in schools.
We are looking at a situation where teachers will also be trained to protect the students because they teach the students, if they can include in their curriculum some of these security studies.
The Inspector General of Police has also deployed Special Intervention Squad as well as armored personnel carriers to curb the spate of kidnapping in the state.
There's an ongoing operation since 2022 and that operation was formed and placed under the military. But all services are operating under that.
Meanwhile, vulnerability in rural areas especially is another hindrance to safety of schools.
Here in Kaduna State, we're working towards that so that we can have a center, and at that center we have all other security agencies represented in that center. We have the police, we have the DSS, we have the army, and all other agencies. So once there is an attack or there is an emergency, we contact the center and they take action.
The Kaduna State government has been holding security meetings with stakeholders towards nipping the crime in the bud.
I believe security is a responsibility to everyone, and we believe traditional rulers have massive responsibility also in assisting the security agencies, particularly in ensuring that all the strange faces that come to our communities are identified.
The business of security is for everyone. Therefore, all hands need to be on deck in ensuring that the enemies of peace are brought to their nails. And like the saying, when you see something, say something. I am Haruna Mohammed for Dateline360.
Thank you, Mohammed. Indeed, say something, say something. From Kaduna, we go to Ekiti, where in spite of relative safety of schools, Tayo Shaw reports that school management and communities are collaborating to ensure adequate security in primary and secondary schools in the state.
Education is the medium to acquire skills and knowledge to navigate life. For this to be possible, there has to be a safe environment for the child, starting from their homes to the school and back, devoid of kidnapping, bullying and other vices. Reports of kidnapping in some schools in the country over the years is becoming alarming and has further compounded the challenges militating against the nation's education sector, as many students have to grapple with the fear of the unknown. In Ekiti State, both steps have been taken to implement Safe School initiative, from fencing of public schools to inauguration of forest guards to comb the thick forest. Stakeholders and the education sector in Ekiti State believe nothing should be left to chance to ensure primary and secondary schools are safe for children to learn and unlock their hidden potentials. Oluwatoyin Bello, a school administrator, says a school has keyed into the Safe School initiative by tightening every loose end that can lead to security breaches, which has earned them an award.
We have a perimeter fence, and we have some security gadgets around the school that take record of things that happen in, out, and when we are on campus or when we are not there. So we have put all these things in place for the security of those students. Then we make sure that we have night security and we have day security guards that ensure the safety of these children. And our gates are always under lock and key whenever they are around.
Although some school administrators claim not to be aware of the Safe School initiative, they, however, explained that they are more security alert as they continue to sensitize parents on the need to support them to ensure safety in schools.
Government should ensure that all the necessary things that the students need in the school are provided, so that when the students are in the school, they will not have any reason at all to move out of the school during the school time for their needs. And anybody that is coming to the school should be thoroughly sacked and questioned before it's allowed entry into the school.
The National Security and Civil Defense Corps coordinator of Safe Schools in Ekiti State explained that security agencies are working with school owners, community leaders and state government to ensure schools are safe, to boost enrollment of pupils in both public and private schools in the state.
We have a program already that we are running. We are going to all the schools in the state. We are going to sensitize them on the security protocols for schools that will make them safe. What are the things that they will be able to, how to get the necessary information, so to know whether they are threatened or not, and look at the threats and vulnerabilities in their environment. Because before kidnapping could occur, it's not an accidental issue, it's a planned something. So they must have seen one or two things that will have given them away.
It is a common saying that education is key. Education is power, hence the need to provide a safe and conducive environment for children to learn and maximize their potentials to enable them contribute to nation building. In Ado-Ekiti, Tayo Osho for Dateline360.
As a response to incidences of attacks on schools and educational institutions, the federal government, through the Federal Ministry of Finance, engaged critical agencies to develop a national action plan on school security with the Safe School project. Security correspondent Francis Form takes a look at the collaborative efforts among security agencies in the achievement of this goal.
No doubt, Nigeria has been grappling with security challenges ranging from insurgency to terrorism, communal clashes, and kidnapping. Most appalling is the abduction of school children. These developments have raised concerns on security in the country and led to the setting up of a joint squad to effectively respond to the new wave of crime.
We're expected to work together so that when an incident occurs, we'll not be speaking in discordant tones. We'll all be able to respond effectively as a unit.
The initiative is a comprehensive program designed to address all aspects of safety. After the Chibok girls' abduction, and it includes fiscal security measures, emergency preparedness, effective communication system, and protocols for preventive measures.
There's the need for every stakeholder to be on board to ensure the safety of schools. It should not be left in the hands of security operation or the hands of the center or female squad. alone.
The armed forces, the Nigeria Police Force, and the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps all have safe school squads and are working towards harmonizing the various standard operating procedures for addressing the security threats facing students, staff, and educational facilities in the country, as well as the host communities.
Which will highlight what each agency is expected to do, how we are supposed to work together and ensure that we make impact. And not only that, the project we have in mind is a whole society-based approach to school protection. We are not just training the security personnel, we are going to train members of the host communities in these affected community places. Because we believe that a well-secured community will equally have a well-secured school within its domain. So we are going to partner with members of the society, we're going to partner with the hunters, with the local vigilante, and ensure that we work together and bring out a very good security system for both the community and the schools within their domain.
Capacity building, they say, will continue to address new dimensions that may arise in the task, and anti-crime apparatus, including vehicles, motorbikes, have also been acquired.
At the end of the day, we're going to have the National Response Center, which will be replicated in all the states of the Federation and local governments, so that when there is incident in any part of the country, there will be we'll be able to respond effectively to them. Through these response centers, we'll be able to activate emergency response in all the centers.
I want to state that tackling threats in Nigeria is a continuous process, whereby the development of resilience at societal, national, and regional levels play a key role. This involves the cooperation and integrity of the military, private sector, local authorities, civil society organizations, non-governmental organizations, the academia, and international organizations, amongst others, with the sole aim of accomplishing strategic goals.
The collaborative effort also works with strong consideration for the host communities, and the schools are responsible partners in the security of the environment. For Dateline360, Francis from NTA News.
Now, a secured learning environment can only be guaranteed through the collaborative efforts of all, particularly exhibited in right attitude and patriotism. I am Omotala Mojola, and on behalf of the production crew, I thank you for your time. May God bless Nigeria.